Hey guys, happy itFriday. What a total shit show I have going on tonight. As you can see, I'm in a different room. Chaos going on downstairs and in other parts of the home. Shout out to Mr. Dan DeSaletz, the creator of itFriday. And I am going to do a little half and half tonight. As you can probably see, my super ghetto contraption. Hold on, I got messages popping up on my screen. Super ghetto contraption. I do not have the perfect black and tan thing, so I made one out of aluminum foil. Is this going to work? If the laws of physics are correct, it probably will not work, because it's kind of leaning, so all the liquid's going to go to one side, but I made it loose enough so that I can actually kind of spin it on there while it's pouring. We'll see. We'll see. Super ghetto, that's me. So, I'm doing a Sweet Baby Jesus chocolate peanut butter porter on the bottom, and a Pilsner Erkel on the top. Two completely different styles. This is probably going to be really freaking gross. But hey, that's the whole point, right? F it. Let's do it. So, I gotta name it. So, peanut butter porter, Pilsner Erkel, peanut butter Erkel. How about a peanut butter Erkel? That's what this is. Peanut butter Erkel. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if my ghetto mechanics work. Let's see if the laws of physics are working with me or against me this evening. I'm going to try to get a slightly rigorous pour, just to get a little head on there. A little head. I don't want a big head. I wish I could tilt this camera just a little bit more so that you could see. There you go. There you go. Oh, look at that. Alright, let's see. Let's see if this works. Oh, where's the drum roll? I need a drum roll. I need a drum roll. Can't find my rings. I have the ghetto wine opener. Everything's ghetto tonight. Fuck it Friday. Fuck it Friday, folks. Let's do this. Here it goes. Hopefully I don't pour this all over the carpet. I can't even see kind of how it's... Actually, I'm looking in the camera to see how this is coming out. Praying for some separation. It's spinning really well. So the laws of physics aren't working totally against me. I think the only thing I would do different is that most of my holes, that's what she said, are towards the center. And I think I would next time put some more holes around the outside edge. And actually, I think that, actually I can fit a little more in there. Let's get some more going. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if the ghetto contraption worked. I think actually it did. I'll be totally damned. I got a little bit of drippage on the outside of the glass, but very clean. And God, I wish I had better light. Let me. There you go. Pa! Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's got a little bit of the porter streaming up. Hell yeah! So there you go, folks. The ghetto perfect black and tan works. All I did was I took a sheet of aluminum foil. I folded over once. I actually tried to fold over twice. Like once, well, I had a big square. I folded over once and then folded it over twice, so I had a nice thick piece, but it was actually too thick. That's what she said. So I took another piece. I folded it over once. Got in there, just kind of finagled it so it had a nice little cup. Folded up the edges so it wasn't like hanging down the side, so you could actually see the pour. And then I couldn't find toothpicks. I wanted to do really fine holes, but I couldn't find damn toothpicks. So I actually used the end of my one of my thermometers, and which actually some of the holes came in a little big. I actually was a little worried about that, but like I said, I think next time I would put more holes around the outside edge and not just in the center. But hey, it worked. So maybe I won't fix anything. Why fix something that is clearly working just fine? That's beautiful. Got the Pilsner. I don't have the peanut butter porter yet. So let me get that down a little bit. And we'll get there. So, ghetto craziness going on in the house tonight. Just went and had some Mexican food and had to make the mad dash back to the house. Yeah, I'm not going to go any further into why. I found these at my local craft beer store. Pretty sweet. They're lollipops made from, focus. You can't see that. Anyway, they're made from hops. And actually, if you look at the back of this one, you can actually see hops in there. One is a Cascade Raspberry, and the other is a Cascade Passion Fruit from Yakima Hop Candy. Pretty sweet. I haven't tried any of them yet. Really, kind of dying to, because every time I brew and I smell hops, like I always open the bag and I'm like, oh my god, and I want to dive in there, into that bag. I want to see if I can actually, contort myself to fit into that bag of hops, but I can't. So the other thing I say is, I really want to eat one. I just have this crazy urge to eat one. So I guess this is probably the next best thing. I'm still not getting the peanut butter porter yet. I'm gonna end up drinking all of the Pilsner. Actually, I think I got a touch of it in the back end there. I was expecting this to be a really horrible duo. The Peanut Butter Erkel Pilsner and a chocolate peanut butter porter. What a horrible idea. There it is. And strangely, that's really good. It's like peanut butter porter with this just insane crispness on the front end of it. Oh, that's cool. It actually turned out well. I'm pleased. I am pleased. Anyway, guys, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Is there anything crazy going on this week? Anything new? Let me think. I had an issue with my kegs. I ended up transferring. So this is what I did. I had the nut brown ale that I had. I ended up transferring that into the secondary with the bourbon and vanilla, and I added 180 mils for 5-gallon batch of my own pistachio flavoring. And it smells like, the whole fermenter smells like pistachio pudding. So, and I'm a huge pistachio fan. I may have added way too much. Actually, I expected to have added too much. When I was putting it in, I said, this is too much. But I'm really dying to see what my extracts, how they're working with beer. So, pardon, excuse me. I don't mean to be a gross pig. Sometimes aftermaths happen. My apologies, holy smokes. It just keeps on coming. That's what she said. Anyway, so, where was I? Okay, so yeah, it smells like a big pistachio pudding. And I am okay with that. So, I'm gonna let that rest. I did that middle of the week, so that's gonna chill. I will probably keg that up maybe Monday. Actually, I might bottle that one. I think I am gonna bottle that one. Kegged the supercharger. Had some serious issues with the goddamn keg. Sorry for the GD. It just flew out there. My apologies if I offend anybody. Didn't mean to. Had an issue with the damn keg. So everything went in just fine. Everything did not come out just fine. So hooked up the gas, had a leak in the CO2 tank. Had to pinpoint that, found it. Actually, I was talking with Nate at Under the Table and Tyler at Everyday Brewing while I was doing this, and I was sending them pictures. They're like, let me see what you have going on, so we can point out, maybe we can figure out what your problem is. And the issue was, and now I was always told, and I did it for 5 years. I did this, and my local homebrew shop back then told me, put Teflon tape around the connections of your keg. Every connection, everywhere there's a line connected to something, Teflon tape. Okay, so clearly, and I did it for 5 years. I never had a problem. This time I had a problem, and I think it was Nate and Tyler were basically like, "Hey, dummy, take the Teflon tape off. Those are compression fittings, and you're screwing up your seal." So I took the Teflon tape off, no problem. Ended up having a leak somewhere else later down the road. I'll get to that. So I took Teflon tape off, just fine. Okay, great. Gas was going in, force carbed it, good to go. A couple hours later, I said, you know what? I don't care if it's not fully done force carbing. I want to taste it. So went to hit the, and I'm still using the old Picnic guys because I don't have the keezer built yet. So hit the old Picnic guy, nothing came out. Well, actually, I got a little squirt that came out, and then that was it. And I was like, what the hell? And so I thought to myself, there's got to be a clog. There's a clog in there somewhere. I thought I had transferred it completely without sediment. I usually brew extra just so I can not transfer sediment. Like I'll leave a lot in the bottom when I do transfers from the fermenter into keg or bottles. I'll leave a lot at the bottom because I don't want any sediment. I like clear beer if I can get it. I'm okay with cloudy beer too, but it's like my own personal, like, oh yes, I made a nice clear beer. So I said, there's got to be a clog in there, and they were saying the same thing. They said, check this. Maybe your connections aren't right. Check your connections. Checked all the connections. They were fine. Finally, Nate said, you're gonna have to pull apart the connector and see if the poppet is clogged. And I was like, I don't want to do this. But finally, I did it, and lo and behold, probably this much sediment was in that entire keg. And first shot went right into the damn poppet, and it was right there, it was jammed. So, easy fix, cleaned it out, sanitized it, put it back together. Went back to force carbing. I said, forget it, I tried to squirt it again, and I did it was all foam at that point. So I was like, all right, let me let this thing finish force carbing, let all the foam settle. And the next morning went down to try it, and there was no CO2 left. So I have another leak elsewhere. I think I know where. I had to go get another CO2 tank today so I can finish playing with that tonight. So the supercharger, Paul's making me work for this one, baby. Paul. And I'm not gonna give up, damn it. I'm not giving up. That one's for you, buddy. Alright. Didn't mean to kill you guys with a super long itFriday. I didn't plan on it to being this long, but I'm sorry. I'll quit right now. Have a great weekend, guys. Be safe. Drink plenty. Drink good beer. Have a great weekend.